Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Daniel. Happy that you're here. Today I would like to show you hands-on how I use NotebookLM powered by Google in the way I organize my documents, my testing activities, my conferences, my whole life maybe. Let's find it out together. So what is NotebookLM all about? NotebookLM is Google's AI-powered research and note-taking assistant designed to help you synthesize large amounts of information. And especially we as software testers have lots of information about systems. And it's completely different like the standard chatbot interfaces like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or what you have seen before. NotebookLM is a source grounded. This means it's primarily used the documents that you are going to provide, like PDFs, Google Docs, websites, YouTube videos, and whatnot. And how is it basically working out? Well, it's using the RAG approach. And what does it mean, RAG? RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation System. And it's actually using only the documents that you are going to provide the system. So let's find it out what this is all about, and here is the quick demo about it. Every company is rushing to add AI, but here's the problem. Most AI tools only know what's public. They don't know your business. Since I'm talking about AI and how I use AI to boost my productivity, I'm really happy to present you Box as the main video sponsor for today. And for everyone in the enterprise working with AI, Box builds some really cool stuff that you really should check out. Think about it. Your company's real intelligence isn't on the internet. It's sitting in your files, your product roadmaps, sales decks, HR policies, financial models, research reports. That's where your business actually lives. The challenge is that most of the AI agents can't really access your content. And even if they have access, you can't really control who is doing what with your data. And here's actually what Box is doing for you. Box gives you a secure enterprise-ready content layer for AI and lets you enforce clear access and usage controls around your content, whether it's for teams, agents, or apps. The new Box agent is able to autonomously understand a user's intent based on prompt, find the right content, reflect on the work it needs to do, and iterate until it can successfully answer the request. And because it operates within Box enterprise-grade security and permission controls, governance stays in place even as AI gets involved. And unlike solutions that tie you to a single vendor's AI stack, Box is neutral. On the model side, it works with ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, whichever LLM your team already trusts. For agent platforms and custom workflows, it connects to Agentforce and any agent you build yourself through APIs, MCP, and CLI. Your content layer stays open no matter where your AI is heading to. If you're building or evaluating AI stack in your company, Box is a serious look. It's the secure content layer that your agents need to have in order to work with your data in your enterprise in a controlled and safe way. So check out the Box links down below in the video description, and thank you again for Box being the main sponsor of today's video. And now back to the main video. So in case you have a Gmail account or a Google account, you can log in. Maybe you can also use another account, but since I'm using Google products, I have an account already. So I'm signed in, as you can see. And this is basically the interface that you get powered by NotebookLM. So you get some featured notebooks for you to get your feet wet, so to say, to find out like what is this all about. So you can see like earning reports for the top 50 corporations. Yeah. And in the lower section down below, you can see some of the recent notebooks that I have created in the past. I deleted some before the video, just to give you an idea how I use NotebookLM basically to actually orchestrate my documents, plan my drips and activities. And that's the really cool part. So let's jump right into the first example that I provided for that video. And like last year, as you can see already, it's from November 2025, I attended the Gartner Symposium in Barcelona. And after I signed up to that conference, I was like shocked, to be honest, by the amount, like positive shock by the amount of potential talks I could attend throughout the whole week. I think it was more than 500 sessions I could attend. And for me, it was really hard to get an idea what the conference has to offer for me, because there were so many tracks, and well, the website wasn't that helpful in terms of searching and filter options. So that's why I used NotebookLM for that. However, I haven't not only put in the conference details, as we can just see in a second, I also added my hotel location, my flight connections and everything, so that I could easily ask my notebook, which is also available on my mobile device, hey, where's my when is my plane taking off? Where is the dinner location? Stuff like that. So let's see what I've done. So this is basically the interface of the NotebookLM interface. So on the left hand side, you can add basically all the sources that you would like NotebookLM to use the RAG approach. So basically, whenever you are prompting something in the middle in the chat interface, it will only use basically the sources that you have provided. And that's the cool part. So it's not going somewhere else in the internet, like adding some additional sources to it. No, it's just using the sources that you provided basically. And that's the cool thing. So we can also see in a second how you can actually create and add new sources. But here, like all the sessions from Gartner, then on the middle part, you can basically ask questions to it, saying, okay, how can CIOs lead strategy beyond just technical implementation? You can just ask the chat, and then you get an answer from the system in a second. So it's still analyzing and stuff, going through all the sources, and then you get basically the idea what you can expect from, and you get also the links where the information was found. Pretty easy, pretty simple. And then you can ask stuff like, hey, on the first day of the conference, which talks are covered, which talks are covering AI, for example, or which talks are cloud sovereignty and stuff like that, and you get an answer and you can go just right away. But that's pretty cool. What else is really cool, and I will jump right into another example, is on the right hand side in the studio sections, you can already create different, let's say, content pieces out of the sources that you have provided. So for example, you have an audio, you have video, you can create mind maps, you can create reports, flashcards and stuff like that. And I will jump over to another example, and this is basically the software testing. So what I have done here before, I was adding lots of software testing related, as you can see, YouTube videos, links, some books. My own book is in there, my cheat sheet is in there. And then again, you can ask your own private notebook in regards to the sources, what is in for me. But the cool thing is, what I would like to show you right now with the studio option, is basically you can create, for example, a slide deck, as I just here. So it used 16 sources. So based on the 16 sources, it created me that book, or like that, let's say that PowerPoint deck. And then we can just go ahead and have a look at it. So we can see directly what is the Modern Quality Engineering Playbook. And then based on your sources, you get a really fancy PowerPoint presentation. You can rate it if it's good or bad content. That's really important. But as you can see, it's pretty cool. You get an idea what are like what's in on your sources in case you don't have the exact overview. On the other side, you can also create some really cool mind maps. So for example, I created that mind map based on the 16 sources. And again, you have a mind map with the most important, most significant information in your content sources. What really brought my attention is like building the videos. Basically, it's also pretty cool. So it's actually creating the videos, and
absolutely crucial for any software
you can
team.
hear it already.
How do you actually build quality into your product right from the get-go? So let's kick things off with a number. A big one. 100x. Get this. Finding and fixing a bug after your product is out in the wild.
So I'm not sure if you were able to hear it, but I can also include it into video afterwards. So it's pretty cool. So based on the sources, NotebookLM is summarizing all of the stuff for you in a video format, adding some voices. You don't have any chance to change the voice and stuff like that, but you can create these topics. What else brought my attention? I was once again I added also my book over here. So as you can see, I have only one source. It's my own book, Hands-on Mobile App Testing, which you can see here in the back, and also down below the links if you would like to read it, of course, and support me. You can create, for example, quizzes. So I just click that link. It took me some while, and see I already passed the quiz, so I can do retaking the quiz. So you can actually quizzes for the sources that you just added. We don't need to do it right now. What else was in there? You can create mind maps. I'm a big fan of mind maps, and this is what you get out of it. So you can really jump into it, and then narrow down the different challenges that I was adding into the book, basically. And as you can see over here in the middle part, if you dive deeper into the mind map, NotebookLM is again giving you more context what is behind this specific entry in the mind map. Pretty awesome. What else was really cool? I think it's not here, but you can also create a podcast basically out of the sources. That was quite interesting and really cool to see, but this may take some time until like the audio file is being generated. So that's really cool. You can also create flashcards. What else? Data tables, so based on your information that you entered into it. So this is things like these are notebooks that I have created before. I was playing around with, and as I said, I was already like removing some of them because I was using it quite intensively. If you would like to get an idea what others have been created or provided by Google, you can go on top. You can see again the sources, and then you can ask like, hey, what's the world ahead of 2025? Also, you can see over here, and here is a podcast example that has been created out of the sources.
Fast forward a year, get a sneak peek at what's coming. Things change so fast, especially technology, right? Feels like the future arrives before you even finish your coffee sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. So as you can see, it's pretty amazing. And that's also what I would like to show you here is you can also create your own notebook and make it publicly available. That's cool. But now let's check how we can create a new notebook. As you can see here, there's a big button over here saying create a new notebook. So what you can do here, you get that interface, and then you can decide if you would like to search the web, for example. So in case you have a specific prompt that you would like to enter. So also the NotebookLM is able to search the internet for you. It's getting all the information and putting it to your notebook. To be honest, I'm not sure if I would recommend that, because then you don't have the sources under your own control. I would always say, okay, copy paste your bookmarks, for example, that you have stored in your web browser, or you upload files, or you add websites, YouTube videos and stuff like that. And we can do that basically. Let's go to YouTube, and let's go to my channel. We go over here, and you can see we have a couple of YouTube videos. So I'm just open some of them, just the URLs, and I will say, okay, let's do like this. We can separate by space, so that's the first video we are going to add. Then we use that video. Sorry for the double audience. We have this one. So let's say we are going to add 3 YouTube videos. You say insert, and you can see NotebookLM now finally is like basically identifying the sources, what is in there. It's already giving you a little summary. So these transcripts from software testing by Knott explore tools, methods designed to enhance quality assurance throughout the life cycle. So that was the first video. Second one was bug magnet tool, and the other one was regarding a coding agent platform that I was reviewing. You can give a title over here. Let's say we call it demo, and then you can ask specific questions. There are some recommendations that you can ask the tool. So can you click over here? How can AI tools orchestrate and automate end-to-end testing workflows? And it's now only analyzing the videos that I entered, or the sources. So it goes into depth over here. So also if you have long format videos that you have somewhere on your computer, or that you have on YouTube, for example, or other formats, put it over here, add all your thoughts, add all your sources, and then play around with it. And let's quickly check what we can do over here in case we are creating the slide deck. I think that takes too much time. Or we just click around it and see if it's basically generating the slide deck based on the 3 sources. So in case you only would like to generate a slide deck out of one source, then of course you only have to add one source, right? On top, you can always add sources. I think the current limitation to sources is up to 50. Yeah, it's 50 sources that you can add to NotebookLM, but I think that's totally fine. You can also add like long text and stuff, and then yeah, use it as your, let's say, external brain in case you have lots of information. And I think it's pretty helpful, especially for us as software testers, because we usually have lots of information about the systems that we're going to test. We have lots of information about users' behaviors, user expectations, for example. We have analytics data. We have maybe also log files stuff. You can put it over here, but there's a big disclaimer. This is going to a public LLM powered by Google. So you don't have it on your own control. You don't know what the data is being used for in the long run. So in case you have sensitive data, never do it into NotebookLM, right? What I have done, I've only added always public available information when I was using NotebookLM, right? So this is something that you really have to take into consideration. And that was actually my little tiny demo about NotebookLM. I would really love to hear from you. Are you using it already? And if so, how you are using it? Leave it down below in the comments. And with that, saying thank you, see you next time. I would like to thank you the following companies for their support. They support me through the YouTube membership program that I created for companies who care about software testing and are active in supporting the testing community. Thank you once again. If you want to learn more about the supporters, check the video description down below to find the links to their products. If you miss your logo on this page, follow the QR code or send me an email.